A backpack can carry books. A community can carry a child. That's what blessings, books, and beyond is all about. Coming together to make sure every student starts the school year with confidence, hope, and the support they deserve. Because when we invest in our children, we invest in our future. This is Collective Conversations.
Hey, thank you, Bray. This is Bray. I'm that's Bray. I'm Don. That's Mike. And we're here kind of just really just talking about the topic of Blessing Books and Beyond, our third annual picnic, back to school picnic. And what we're going to expect today is just, let's talk a little bit about it, a little bit about the, reasoning, also just some of the things that will go on at the event as well. Bray hadn't been through it before, so he's going to ask some questions as well. But I thank you all for joining us. Let's get started.
The first question I have is, what is the Blessings, Books, and Beyond Back to School picnic?
Okay. Well, I mean, a couple of years ago, this is the third annual event, but a couple of years ago, school was one thing. It's one of the things that I know, that I don't remember even going to anything like it, when I was growing up. Do you, Mike?
Not many times. I can think of a few here and there just from the realms of where like my mom worked and things like that.
So yeah,
not many.
I think I've been to like a back to school picnic. I think I've been to maybe like one, and it was like, I think it was elementary. It was like you go there, they have food and stuff, and they had like clothes in case you need it or anything like that. But that's like the only time I remember.
See, and I think a couple of things you said. That's why, community need. Sometimes it's like, to get supplies. Because that's one of the things, you know this. I mean, everybody here knows, when when you go to school, you want that fresh outfit, right?
Yeah, fresh kicks.
Right. And also, definitely the supplies you need as well, because we are in school at the time, and you don't have the pencil you need or stuff like that. So I just, really was just looking around. I've been to a few before, and I really liked them. So, I mean, there's just really more to add to it. No, not anything to try to overdo or outdo anybody. Just kind of to add to it. So that's why we came up with Blessings, Books, and Beyond, which really, make it, long story short, which is a blessing, because we did have it on Saturday, but it was some scheduling conflicts, so we ended up flipping it to Sunday, and it went real well. And like I said, we just kept it there. I mean, that was one of the things we kept there. So I thought that was a good thing as well.
Why do you think it's important for TSK to create something like this?
Well, I think sometimes you have to step, outside the box. You can always look and see, what other people are doing, which is great. But you can also, try to add to that. Now, you could either, number one, jump in and add to their event. We got a couple of events we're going to, help, partner with as well. And also you could try to spearhead something, something that, like I said before, not trying to rival anybody or anything like that, but just really, establish, because, TSK, people that, maybe follow TSK may not follow Bray. I mean? But then again, that means we can't come together and then we follow both. Mm-hmm. So it's more or less like that. So it's not really, like I said, it's a collective cookout. I mean, if you look above, you can see my, my number, and so on there. If there's any vendors who want to come, so we sharing free information, things of that nature. So everybody's invited. Just, like I said, hit my number. It's right there up front, up on the top of here. And just, hit my number, Don Burton, 304-894-6867. And just, come out. And like I said before, set up and give them some information away to kids. I think it should be, something good.
What does Blessings, Books, and Beyond truly stand for?
What does it really mean? I didn't come up with the name. Adrian Banks, she's a real big contributor to the summit, and she came up with that name. But it's a blessing to be able to give things away to people from my perspective, right? And like I said, books and beyond. The beyond we'll talk about here in the next segment. The beyond, some of the beyond things, which is shoes, but it was like one of those things she just came up with the name of, and I was like, man, that's great. I didn't, because a lot of times, sometimes it's hard when you trying to, get things done. You don't want to always micromanage. I definitely don't. If you come with me with a great idea, that's fine. Like I said before, even you, Bray, just sitting there, moderating. I saw that when you did it before, when you did your own, you know what I mean? And I thought that was a good thing as well. Mike does a good job. And I'm not down on myself. I might not be the moderating type, you know what I mean? But it's okay. I think it's good to come down and try to hone skills, like I said, for some of the youth media lab, going strong. And like I said, I think it's just good to keep on going when we talk about blessing books and beyond. Beyond this, you have to sometimes go beyond the fact of what you said. You said, you did it in elementary school, right? But I want to make it to where we all, should want to make it to where everybody's invited. So even if you are in 12th grade, you can come and you can come and enjoy yourself as well.
That goes into my next question of who is the event truly designed for?
It's designed for the community. It's designed everybody. I mean, everybody, and we've learned that. We learned that as well. Everybody is something that happened when we first started. It was like, it was primarily for the kids, but then guess what? A lot of older people came, was there because they have the grandkids. And a lot of them are raising them. So they come and they have fun as well. And then they see their friends. And so you can see it, just materialize before your eyes.
I was saying sometimes like maybe their grandkids out of town, so that's why you see just them showing up. Sometimes.
And you're right about that too. A lot of it is that, and just trying to get some things for them. Because like I said,
surprise them a little bit.
That and it's hard. I mean, sometimes think about it, when you got kids. I mean, you don't know yet, but I mean, I don't know if you're expensive. You just talked about a haircut you just got. That seemed like a little bit to me, but that's the thing. I mean, it comes like that. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes they offer those too, free haircuts. Hopefully we'll get to where we can offer free haircuts as well. And we do have some face painting coming up, which we ever had before, and just some other, like I said, cool things as well.
Why did you decide to do shoes, like collect shoes and to give out?
Shoes, we get shoes. When I don't know. It's one of those things like high school, man, and all through school, you always had a fresh pair of shoes. We just talked about it, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like we think that it's all automatic that you have these, but some people don't have them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some people just don't have them. But guess what I have in my closet? I have these shoes. Barely worn.
Everybody has some shoes that are too small, too big, or something that they just have in their closet that they completely forget that other people might need.
You just said to give it up for a thought a lot of the time, or they might wear it or something like that.
They'll be like, I'll grow into it, but they ain't grown since 5th grade.
So I said, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we just we offered and donate some shoes? I mean, and there was and we didn't have as many the first year, but then the second year, oh man, we had a bunch, and that's why I said I think, and we've done it other times as well. To see it though, I mean, not trying to be funny, to see the people, I've heard a kid say, I've never had a new pair of shoes to go to school with. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, this is not something, I'm making up. And to hear it, it's like, man, because you just don't know. Like I said before, I've always had a pair of shoes. But then when I got to college, this is what I would say real quick. When I got to college, man, it wasn't a lot of money, when you had it. Now you kind of quote unquote an adult. So it's not like people just, showering you with all these things. Let's get it right. You're on campus. And I remember not having a pair of shoes. I mean, I had a pair, but you know what I mean? You just like anything else, you want to keep your appearance up. If you ain't got no money, you can keep your appearance up. It's kind of hard. So I always, which now I'm out of it now, but when I got enough money, I just bought a bunch of shoes, but probably too many. So now it's time to give some away. I mean, I think, what better to give away to someone who really, really needs them. And that's, kind of how we came up with it, really. I mean, and we still collecting shoes now. We've moved. We're at 610 North Eisenhower Drive. You can stop by here, knock on the door, drop them off, call my number. Again, I'm going to keep plugging my number just because, that's the one to contact. Right. It's above us right there. Right. And it's, just like I said, we're trying to, newly, like nicely, kind of newly worn, lightly worn shoes, new shoes. But, we clean them up. Don't be good because you might think they're not. We clean them up. Now, of course, we've been out in the back there, rolling around in dirt with them. That's probably not those, but we still clean them up. So don't worry about that part because you just never know what someone might really. I mean, someone might, like I just picked up some pairs of shoes that were really nice. I mean, from a place, and like I said before, it was really nice, and you just never know how. I mean, if you come and see it, you just never know how it might be. And it is about, it's one of the things we talk about